I am Karl Hipol. I am a multidisciplinary artist and curator here in North Vancouver, also known as the unceded territories of the Squamish and Tsleil-Waututh Nations. I do multidisciplinary, which means I do painting, drawing, art installation, and most recently public artworks as well. I originally came from the Philippines and we immigrated in 2015 here in Canada. I finished first year in architecture in the Philippines, but when we moved over here, I got downgraded, so I had to go back to grade 12, which I then learned about the artist for kids through my grade 12 arts history class. I got to be one of their students in the summer art camp, and then I came back as a teaching assistant in the following years. When I was in grade 12, I was also shopping at Opus and was just so thrilled to see an art supply store because back in the Philippines, we didn't really have a dedicated art supply store. So it was definitely a mind blowing haven for me. And so I kept on returning back, learned more art supplies, got to know staff, got to know the activities at Opus as well. Like I got to participate and win the outdoor painting challenge for the youth category at that time. And yeah, which I believe got familiarized me with like the staff and ended up becoming one of the advantages or like I guess my edge to be hired at Opus. One of the reasons why I love working at Opus while I was in university is that because Opus becomes my second classroom, that was where I learned the materials, which I didn't really learn in school. My knowledge was so limited back then of like what Emily was. I was initially interested in learning more of the technical skills in painting. I've learned that Emily Carr was very much abstract and conceptual. And so I ended up just going with the flow. Now that my practice have changed into more research-based conceptual artworks. Back in university, I was working part-time at Opus. I was in university for 3 days, which only gave me 1 day to work in all of my assignments. And so I really had to manage my time. From that, I just learned how to kind of make my structure more flexible so that I can take my artworks back and forth from school to home. Whenever I get burned out for like making bigger works, I always scale down. Most recently, I did this series of 11 by 14 cyanotype photograph prints, which I did after making all of the project that I did in 2022. At Opus where I learned how to frame. And yeah, I always choose white because for me, the white is very, it's almost like a whisper. It offers itself to the artwork so that the artwork would pop up more. And lends itself as the pedestal for the pieces. I would say it's always great to learn how to frame yourself, and Opus is the best place to start.
A great tip for when you're framing a number of artworks is to choose a ready-made frame line that is also available in custom. This allows you to save money for the ready-made frames, as well as getting the frames you need for your non-standard sizes. My go-to frame from the Opus ready-made line is the Lunar shadow frame. Its depth is ideal for float mounting, creating a shadow effect that adds dimensionality, especially for artworks with raw edges and organic forms. I love that it comes in select standard sizes, and that is also available through the Opus custom framing service.
The staff, the people, the environment, our customers, our clients is so diverse and so kind and so open, and which is so different from other spaces. We do have our own expertise, and you really hear those voices come through with like very specific projects. We do brainstorm quite a bit, and like we really kind of like go back and forth thinking through creative suggestions, especially for unique projects of our customers, which is lovely. I think that's why our store is so amazing, I'd say, because of the staff. There's so many art supplies that you can allow yourself to experiment with, to have fun with. For students, if it's a subject or a course that you don't necessarily like or understand, try to find joys in those processes and yeah, be open, be flexible to like learning new things by taking smaller like steps or like allowing yourself to do other things. I think that would also definitely restart you, but hopefully ignite a new direction, especially in this the upcoming kind of back to school or back to studio sessions. Allow yourself to take a moment where you kind of do a different stuff, and like hopefully that would also like teach you new things that you can integrate with your own chosen art practice.
It's been such a pleasure catching up with talented artist and Opus employee Karl Hipol. You can learn more about his work in an article on our website, and be sure to check out the other videos on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.